So today, actually a surprise, and kind of, it's a little bit of the talk that people were talking previous to Kyle and I going to Bordeaux, and that was Chateau du Tertre, which this is not what we're doing actually, but the same owners of Tertre own Chateau du Tertre, and this is Margaux country, and when we were going through the tastings, and we kind of came up to Tertre, it was like, you know, okay, we tasted the Tertre, and like, whoa, what's going on here? And the thing is like, I kind of looked at Kyle, he kind of looked at me, and it was like, you know, damn. So we cheated. We cheated. We looked at the score.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to look at scores when we taste wines.
Yeah.
You know, it just.
En Primeur, if there's any scores out, we taste without looking at any press.
Yes. And we looked. It's kind of like when we check like the biodynamic calendar, when we taste the wines, and if they're tasting really good, we have to look. You know, we have to find out if it's a fruit day or root day or flower day or blah, blah. Yeah. And it got a really big score.
Got a huge score.
And the reason I got a huge score, because wine's good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really, it's like, oh man, we got to pay attention to Du Tertre now. You know, it's one of those wines that during Primeur in the past, you could always be like, okay, don't worry about Du Tertre, we can pick this up later. But I was like, oh man. But you know, good on them. And, and good, and what I think a lot of people don't understand is they basically are replanting the whole damn vineyard. I think this was a classic case of wrong stuff, wrong places.
Yep.
They basically, the family has moved everything around in this vineyard, and they're still doing it. So the average age of the vineyard right now is a really young, by Bordeaux standards, like 15, 16 years. You know, most Bordeaux vineyards have an average age, they always talk about average age in Bordeaux, of like 30 to 40 years.
Right.
So this is a project that they said, vineyard restructuration, Franglais, to be completed by 2035. This is a 20-year project to completely redo the vineyards at Du Tertre. And I must say, the early results, I mean, they're just starting this.
Yeah.
The best Du Tertre I've had from barrel ever.
Yeah.
Like no contest, right?
Yeah.
Like not even close. It was like, gosh darn.
Yeah, well, like you said, that was one of those things where in our minds, it's kind of like, you know, someone we know, like, we know very well actually. He has a preconceived notion of the wine even before he tastes the wine, just from what happened to this wine 20 years ago. Right. And it's been new. It's kind of like Belfont Belsier, for example. The new owners completely changed it, but you remember the old Belfont, you know. So anyway, yeah, fantastic wine. 57 Cabernet Sauvignon, 18% Merlot, 14% Petit Verdot, 10% Cabernet Franc.
Currently planted in the vineyard. Now the blend, though, has almost 23% Cabernet Franc, which means
that's just really.
Looks like Cabernet Franc is going to be a thing at Du Tertre moving forward.
I think Cabernet Franc is a thing in Bordeaux moving forward.
There's a couple of the famous chateaus in Margaux actually that recently purchased some Cabernet Franc, and they were tickled pink. We won't mention any names, and you know, but you could tell they were like, oh, we recently bought 2 acres of old Cabernet Franc, and they were like, usually like Americans were like, oh, Cabernet Sauvignon, you mean we bought Franc. It's going to be a big deal in Margaux moving forward, I think, with climate change.
Yeah, I do. I do too. Yes.
Stunning, stunning, stunning wine.
Yeah.
You have to pay attention to Du Tertre now. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to buy this wine.